and also supporting school choice. So I've been going to North Star since my sophomore year, and I've really been able to make great, long-lasting connections with my fellow students and teachers here that I wouldn't have really been able to make at a larger school. Since North Star is such a tight-knit community, I've really been able to just make those close connections that have really enhanced my education here and made me want to come to school every day and be a bigger part of the school community. I've also been able to have lots of leadership roles here that I wouldn't be able to have anywhere else. Some of those leadership roles are being the student council president and also being the student council since my junior year. I've been able to organize dances and rallies and other school events, and also been able to do a lot of service projects here with the student council, such as helping out small businesses around the community and also helping out individuals at the community as well. I've been able to really grow as a leader here, and I've noticed that it's really hard for like quieter or reserved students to grow and become leaders at larger schools. And I think North Star is a really good place for those students to really rise and show their hard work and be recognized for that. So the school has really allowed me to step out of my comfort zone and just be the person that I am today. So with that being said, thank you for just showing support to North Star and other charter schools and allowing us to have the choice to really enhance our education and be a bigger part of the community. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce Commissioner Reed.
What a treat to be here. Education is that light that really illuminates children's souls so they can be successful and find happiness in their life. With the passage of this new legislation, charter schools are poised to offer even greater opportunity for that light to be enhanced within the students and within the schools and the teachers and everyone that is served here within the school. Teachers and administrators will see an increased amount of autonomy to do the things that they do best, and that's change and help children with their lives. We owe immense gratitude to Governor Little for his exceptional leadership, wisdom, and understanding in order to assign Mr. Alex Adams as our interim director, because that's how this all come together in a very unique way to make this possible. Mr. Adams took his brilliance and brought everybody together and created an opportunity. You know, when good things are supposed to happen, things just line up right. And that's what happened here. Now, I also want to extend a great and heartfelt thanks to Representative Boyle and Senator Den Hartog for championing this bill and their leadership and guidance with it. This was such a collaborative effort with everybody involved in charter schools, stakeholders, parents, lobbyists, everybody. And the commission is really grateful for how everybody come together. The light of education even burns brighter in our children's lives with this great improvement and the legislation that this will bring to help them. Thank you, Governor Little, for your great wisdom and choice in understanding school choice. It's now my pleasure to introduce Senator Lori Den Hartog. She's been a good friend, and she's in her 10th year of being in the legislature, and nobody has done more for charter schools than she has in support and helping. In the words of Rocky Balboa, what good is a light if it doesn't light? Well, Senator Den Hartog's light is always lit and burns bright to help guide and direct things that happen with education and everything else that she does within the state of Idaho. So we're grateful for her, and we'd like to introduce her at this time.
Well, what a pleasure it is to be here today. I have done a lot of work in the education choice space and in supporting and just advocating for charter schools in Idaho. Seeing the kids here today and parents and families understanding the sacrifices that you've made, the choices that you've made to be in your particular school for whatever reasons. It really is encouraging to me to see what's happened. And with what we've done with this piece of legislation, and Commissioner Reed mentioned it, this has been a collaborative effort between a lot of different people to get to where we are today. And this bill will be able to expand opportunities for kids all across the state. You guys know you're sitting in a district where you've had a lot of growth and seen a lot of changes over the last many years. And we're seeing that all across the state. And charter schools are playing a huge role in adding capacity and adding space for what parents and families are looking for. They're a complement to our traditional school districts, and just seeing those options and opportunities expand for kids and families is really important. One of the things we talk about a lot is that, you know, parents have to make a distinct choice to be able to send you, these young people here, to a charter school. And we talk about when we first started charter schools back in 1998, when the first piece of legislation was passed, we talked a lot about that accountability, and that goes back to parents. If it's not working for their kids, parents are gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna have to try something different. So it's my pleasure to introduce a charter school parent who has a lot of great things to say and a lot to add. So Jody, would you please come forward? Thank you.
Good afternoon, all of our esteemed guests, our parents, our dedicated educators, and to all of you students, and most importantly to our governor, Brad Little. My name is Jody Ryle. I am a proud charter school parent, and also I represent the Idaho Coalition of Charter School Families. And today we're gathered at North Star Charter School, which is a beacon of educational excellence and innovation, and we're here to celebrate this monumental achievement, the signing of the Accelerating Public Charter Schools Act. First and foremost, I want to express our heartfelt gratitude to Governor Little. Your unwavering leadership and commitment to educational excellence have not only inspired us, but have also paved the way for a brighter future for all Idaho children. Governor Little, your dedication to empowering parents and ensuring that every child has access to the best possible education aligns perfectly with our coalition's mission, and we are deeply grateful for your support. I also want to acknowledge and thank the tireless efforts of all the charter school parents. Your advocacy, support, and belief in the power of parental choice in education has been instrumental in the passage of this bill. Together, we've demonstrated that when parents are given a choice, our children thrive. This bill represents more than just a legislative victory. Thank you to our legislature, in particular, Senator Lori Dan Hartog, who we just heard from, and also Representative Judy Boyle, who could not be here today, but we are grateful for all of their work on this bill. It is a promise to our children that their education, their future, is a priority. It ensures that more families will have access to high-quality educational options that best meet their needs. Governor Little and our legislative partners, on behalf of the Idaho Coalition of Charter School Families and the countless families that you have empowered through your leadership, thank you. Your support in accelerating the growth and success of charter schools in Idaho is a testament to your commitment to the future of our state and its children. Together, we are not just opening doors to a better education, but also brighter futures. Thank you. And now will you please welcome up to the podium our wonderful Governor, Brad Little.
Well, good afternoon. Thanks, Jody, and Marissa, thank you. Alan and the commission, you're right about Alex Adams. We've done a lot in the charter area just the last few years, and this bill is a culmination of a lot of great efforts by a lot of great people. Senator Dan Hartog, and I would be remiss if I didn't recognize your school administrator, Mr. Horning, who's comes from a long line of great educators. Just so you know, all the good educators come from Emmett. This really is a great win for Idaho. The Accelerated Public Charter School Act passed by flying colors. And that's something in this day when you have the kind of vote count that was there. It speaks to how much the state of Idaho values the charter schools that we have from one end of the state to the other. To the teachers in the room, I want to show of applause. How many of you love your job at the charter school? Now, to the students, I want a show of applause for how many of you love your charter school. A little more enthusiastic. And now to the parents. How many of you think this charter school is a game changer as it comes to your family and your child's education? I've been a supporter of charter schools since almost my first month in the Idaho legislature. It goes back a little ways. And for what it provides for the state of Idaho, while providing taxpayers and the people with accountability and transparency they deserve. Charter schools embrace a variety of learning methods for educational delivery, and that was the intent of the very first charter legislation that I was involved with. Many of the top performing schools in Idaho are charter schools because of their strong parental involvement, and that has led to improved student performance. I would contend that charter schools are perhaps more popular, more successful in Idaho than any other place in our great nation. 74 charter schools operate in Idaho, serving 30,000 students, a 30% jump from just 5 years ago. These charter schools educate just under 10% of all our students in Idaho, and at least 10,000 students sit on the wait list of charter schools. That's where our bill comes in. In my state of the state, I laid out our plans to improvements for charter schools in championing this bill. This bill, here it is, what I lost. This bill cuts red tape supporting charter schools in Idaho through best practices and the development and educational operational system. This bill will give more flexibility for high-performing charter schools like this great school and more support to charters that are struggling and need more guidance. It's literally a win-win for Idaho students and Idaho schools. Of course, we know that Idaho already boasts a full menu of diverse school choice for families. Idaho is a leader in educational freedom in large part because of our support for charter schools, but also because we offer parents resources to support their children's education outside of the classroom. And we landed first place for the best new open enrollment law last year. We expanded opportunities for parents to choose the public school that is best for their child, regardless of their zip code. Also, we get more bang for our buck as the #1 state for return on investments in education. All this is a result of our Idaho-based solutions in K-12 education that keeps what is best for Idaho kids as the #1 driver of decision making. I have stated over and over from the first time that I took office through my most recent State of the State that will continue to champion a fair, responsible, transparent, and accountable system of expanding school choice in Idaho, and one that does not draw resources away from our public schools. And guess what? This legislation fits perfectly within that vision. With that, I will sign this great piece of legislation after I find my pen that fell off. Come on, Lori, come up here so you can witness this.
I'm a little nervous.
And as we do in Idaho, we call it a blueback, and this is what will, after I sign this bill, it will be hastily taken to the Secretary of State's office, and it's signed by the Speaker of the House, the President of the Senate, the Clerk of the supporting House, and I'm signing it on the 27th of February at 1:15 p.m. Signed, Brad Little, Governor of the State of Idaho.